Hey, how's it going, guys? I'm Paradoxic, and welcome back to Titans. This time we're on season 2, episode 3, titled Ghosts. Last time we had Rose, in which we met Rose Wilson, the daughter of Slade Wilson himself, aka Deathstroke, and she proved to be just pretty much just as capable as her father at surviving. She also lost her eye, so it seems to be like a thing that runs in the family. But she was an expert fighter, could take massive falls too, jumped right off a car park roof and through like a something story window, like into an office block. So she is very capable, very, very capable. And she was on the run. She was on the run. I believe she was being chased down by Dr. Light because at the end, when she was in the car with Dick, the car exploded in a massive beam of light reminiscent to Ellis's death beforehand. So Dr. Light, we saw him being released from prison, presumably by Deathstroke So I think it's safe to say those two are working together. And Deathstroke and Dr. Light, as we found out, are two old enemies of the Titans, at least the original Titans. But I think Deathstroke, especially, I've heard that Deathstroke, even like in the DC universe in general, Deathstroke is actually like a mortal enemy, like an arch nemesis of the Titans. Like he's not just like a Batman enemy, but he's of the Titans too. Like he's an old enemy of theirs that's like lasted a long, long time. Like a very, very long, like a durational kind of arc of heroes versus villains and stuff. So I'm interested to see how they incorporate him into this show and into this universe and how they use him. So yeah, we haven't seen him in action this year. We heard him in action. We heard him in action. We heard like the sword slicing and dicing as Dr. Light was being released from prison, but we haven't actually seen him in the suit. I'm excited to see the suit. More than anything else, the suit looks unlike anything we've seen before in live action. So interested to see that. But yeah, Rose is his daughter, so I think the plan was probably to release Dr. Light and to get him to track down Rose and bring her back to him so that he didn't really show his face too soon to the Titans and ruin the element of surprise and everything. So, yeah, but as soon as he found out that the Titans were back from Jason Todd himself on live TV, he jumped straight back into action, went straight back to his house, went into his basement, got the suit and the guns and everything. So, just as the Titans are back, Deathstroke is also back. So, that was that. So that was Rose and Dr. Light. And yeah, we just kind of saw 3 months later from where we left off at in the last episode, and Dick is training the kids to be the new Titans, the new Team Titans. Corey and Donna were doing their own thing, tracking down Shimmer, using the intel from Roy Harper, and Thingy, Hank and Dawn were running their own little ranch, also running like a support group for like troubled youth or like the kids. We're helping one kid that we knew of at the time, Ellis, helping him with a drug addiction, which Hank and Dawn have suffered from in the past as well. So that was cool. But then in the end, Ellis was targeted by Dr. Light and he died right in front of them and all that stuff went down. So now with all these faces coming back in, the Titans, I think the old Titans may well reunite. I mean, we've met all of them except for Aqualad. Aqualad was mentioned; he was name dropped by Jason as a member of the original Titans, but we haven't actually seen him yet. So I think for the most part, the old Titans might be reuniting, and then we've got Superboy on the way too. So he needs to get here. He needs to get here quick. I mean, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I assume with the post credit from season one being Superboy for being Connor and Crypto just reuniting and escaping from Cadmus, I'm assuming at this point in this season that's already happened. Like I mean, yeah, like because it didn't really give like a timestamp. It didn't give a timestamp. It just said somewhere in Metropolis. So yeah, I assume at this point he might just be wandering around. He might be escaping Metropolis, and he needs to go to Chicago. No, San Francisco. Even San Francisco is where the Titans are. So I don't know how far Metropolis and San Francisco are, but either way, it's going to be fun watching them reunite and just seeing how all this stuff goes down. So yeah, at the end, Gar and Jason decided to use the Bat computer to investigate who Rose was, and that's when they found out she's Rose Wilson, the daughter of Slade Wilson. So yeah, Jason knows Deathstroke. Jason knew him right off the bat, just like that. So it's gonna be interesting to see how the other Titans actually react to this kind of news. So yeah, that is pretty much all I've got from the previous episodes. This is episode 3, Ghosts. This is going to be the highlight reel. So if you guys want to be able to watch the full length reaction along with me, then that is going to be over on Patreon. So you can go check that out over there. But yeah, that is pretty much it. So let's get into Titans. Oh, who was that? That was a blonde guy.
Can you guys give us a minute, please?
Including you, Jason. Including not Jason?
You too, Jason.
Yeah, including Jason. Yeah.
We're here for Dr. Light. Let's take care of Dr. Light. The girl is my problem.
Oh, so much for old home week.
Yeah, now their oldest enemy is back in the game. This is very, very bad news. Daffy Duck, I think. It's a Disney thing, I believe. I think that's Daffy Duck. And that's Cora. Yeah, Daffy Duck, yeah. Oh. Yeesh. Is her eye still in there, or is it... I don't know.
He killed my brother.
Wait, he killed Jericho?
Said Big Brother fell in with the wrong crowd. I heard he was back in town, so I went to take care of my business.
Huh.
Didn't go so well.
Still have one good eye left.
Ah, so that's how it happened. An eye patch, nice.
Right.
A proper eye patch. Oh, yeah, the kids are training. All of them are blindfolded this time. How's this gonna go? Oh, damn, okay. Oh, it's 2v1. Oh, it's 2v1, okay. Alright. Oh. Oh, damn.
Are we still sparring?
Right. Okay. We can calm down now. We can calm down now. Rachel. Oh damn. Oh damn.
You stay away from me, you fucking freak.
No, Jason.
Are you
Dude,
okay?
come on.
You need to have that shit looked at. Like a fucking priest.
Dude, that is not the attitude to have. You know she has powers. You met her dad at the end of at the beginning of the season.
So the concierge downstairs told
This should not be news to you.
Did my parents send you?
your sister. Blackfire.
Blackfire.
Of course,
Okay.
of course. Of all the royal guards, she sends the only one that I slept with.
Ah.
Well, she didn't choose me.
That thing in your forehead, it's... bold choice.
Hmm.
Not my choice. My dad put it there for me.
Where's he?
I got rid of him.
Mm-hmm.
Got rid of as in... killed him?
Yeah, kind of.
In the broadest of ways.
Is that what you want to do to yours?
Guess they're both members of the Bad Dads Club.
Platinum members.
Benefits kind of suck.
Members are pretty cool.
I like this. I like this. Like an unexpected bonding almost.
We put them in crisis.
Oh, Christ.
See how they operate. Who commands? Who follows?
See what the new team structure is like.
And then?
We cull the herd. Isolate the weak. I'm glad we see eye to eye on this matter.
Well, given that you only got one, we fucking better, right?
You don't want to fuck around with Deathstroke.
That was a joke. I was...
I see that.
Hmm. He doesn't appreciate it though.
Okay, I get what you did there. I see that. Okay. I like that. Okay.
What we are isn't as important as what we're not. And we're not this anymore.
Says the lady who likes the superhero at night.
Hmm.
In secret.
I'm
I
sorry.
love this music. Whenever they're on screen, this music comes and I love it.
Or invited me.
You have to prove yourself.
Prove myself.
Oh, he's gonna buy her the necklace. He's gonna buy her the necklace. No, he's... What?
You burned the suit, you're not Robin anymore, so what now? You're Dick Grayson, camp counselor?
This isn't summer camp.
Exactly. Tell them what happened. Our sins, so they won't repeat them.
Yeah, give us that
I'm
sweet
sorry you can't sit
backstory.
around and leave the campfire stories about how I fucked up.
It wasn't just you.
Oh, damn. Okay. This is a... He's got his own suit then, like a gladiator look. This is very new.
Take it down!
Oh! Oh! Oh, Donna! Oh, Christ. Oh, God. Okay, he's got little light blasts, like Iron Man. Oh, yeah, she's got the Amazon speed. The Amazon speed. Yep, whip it towards him. Whip it at him. Oh, there we go. And just like that, he's gone. Just like that. Seriously? That was very, very short-lived. That was very short-lived.
Look, I don't take orders from you anymore, man. I do what I want, when I want.
Clearly, you just have an attitude problem.
And maybe you need to see a retirement package, huh?
Jason, do not push it. Oh, God, okay, Jason, do not push it. Katana versus a bamboo stick. Oh, he's got flips for days. Oh yeah, he's already getting that extra training in. He's already getting that extra training in. Yeah. Just wait till he has those glowing blue sticks and the suit.
There's been enough fighting for tonight.
Don't.
Sorry.
Oh yeah,
What the hell?
There's food in the galley, 10 years worth of it.
Oh, 10
Get out of
years.
here.
Not a good idea, it's our only ride home. I'll be back as soon as I can.
Yeah,
Just
okay.
walk in with me.
Reminds me of why we started doing this in the first place. What was that again? Free booze.
Yeah. Fully stocked fridge.
The odd cult retreat.
Bad jam bands with 2 drummers.
I fucking love doing the drummer bass.
I'm not a reject.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean you.
Like, you're not a reject either, Jason. We're Titans.
Hell yeah, Titans, Team Titans.
Hey, can I help you?
To tell Dick.
I got a better idea.
No, you are not
Why
facing
don't
him
we take
alone.
a quick look to make sure?
Nuh-uh, you are
If we're
not facing
wrong,
him alone.
We'll look like assholes.
Yeah. No.
Gar, I
Yeah,
need
exactly.
this.
Don't.
To
Be
make things
smart
right with
about
Dick, to
this.
show him what I can do. Yeah, what we can do.
No. I want to see you guys team up
He
short,
knows
but not in a
what
way
you
that
can
gets you
do.
killed.
I thought this was reconnaissance only.
And he's dressed up
overdressed.
in the Robin suit.
Exactly.
Oh, okay. Light bolts, Oh, come on.
Battle, anything can be taken from you.
Yeah. Your hands. Your eyes.
You must be able to keep fighting.
Yeah. Remember the art of war. Oh yeah, use the cape. Teflon fibers, remember? Teflon fibers.
Fuck. Is it light like light beer light? Shut the fuck up.
Oh, damn. Damn.
This Titan is back, bitch.
Jesus, Jason. No way. He's gonna kill this Titan. Deathstroke is gonna kill this Titan. Did he leave something behind? Oh, a blood trail. Something tells me that wasn't lights. What happened to the usual theme? I want my fucking bass drops, not this. That final shot with Deathstroke. Okay, alright, so yeah, we got a bit of history, a teensy bit of history here and there with the Light and Deathstroke. Nothing too visual, But yeah, it was fun seeing the Titans back in the tower. It was fun seeing the original Titans actually reuniting back in the tower. But I think what made sense was that none of them really wanted to be there. None of them wanted to have to go back home, and especially that line from Donna. That line from Donna. Slade Wilson is the reason we shuttered this place. So that's the reason they originally closed down Titans Tower way back when, and now Dick has returned and rebooted it up again. So. Yeah, damn. Yeah. So they have that history. They have that kind of history where I think, Dick kind of was blaming himself, being like, "Oh, maybe you can give them the stories of my fuck ups and everything else." So I think Deathstroke is the biggest villain they've had. He's the biggest villain they've had, and again, he's the one that they fought so hard and so mercilessly that they still lost in some way. And they had to shut down the Titans thing, so that's when they all moved on from it. And Dick probably went. I wonder if that was when Dick was in Gotham, or if maybe Dick went back to Gotham after that, or because I don't know. Because no, the Titans are a team made up of sidekicks, so they must have. I think. It either must have been a team that they forged in their own time whilst they were still sidekicks to the main heroes, or once they kind of stopped being used as much by the main heroes, they made up their own team and they actually went on doing their own thing. So yeah, once they actually separated from their team, that must have been how that happened. But then, yeah, I don't know, maybe. But then, in the beginning of the first season, it had been a year since Dick had actually left Gotham. So like a year before that, he had actually separated from Batman, and then he had left Gotham. So I don't know what that timeline would be like. But either way, they fought Deathstroke. In the past, and he presumably beat them in a way that they had to disband, in a way that they had to shut down the Titans, and they actually had to disband and go their own way. And stuff like that. So yeah, they all have their traumas and their horrors and stuff from the past, and Titan's Tower is kind of like the hub that holds it all together. And it's the same building too, when they all went back, Dick assured them it was all the same rooms and everything. So yeah, it's almost as if nothing's changed. It's like they're coming back just to have to revisit their nightmares again. So. Yeah, but yeah, Arthur Light, he's Dr. Light, and he's got his own kind of gladiator suit and everything, with an Iron Man little light in the center and a belt, and even sends off those little blasts of light too. So yeah, he seems pretty cool. But yeah, Deathstroke, we haven't seen him in action. We saw that one shot at the end with him in his suit walking up to Jason, and then even in the middle of the episode when him and Dr. Light were talking, we saw actually Slade Wilson actually talking. So yeah, he seems ominous. He seems very, very, ominous and intimidating and just sinister as a villain. So he has his own kind of strategy. He has his own strategy for dealing with the Titans, old and new. Because he knows new Titans are in now because Jason Todd is there. So. Yeah, I don't know if he knows Jason Todd, but I think he may well be able to recognize that it's not the same Robin as the one he fought way back when, but this is still, Jason still did a declaration of the Titans having returned, so he knows that, it still must have Dick in there somewhere. So now, because he knows that there are new members too, his kind of plan is to actually, like he said, cull the herd, actually find out what the structure of the team is like, find the weakest, have them come over to their side, and survival of the fittest, basically, just, natural selection, that kind of thing. So seeing him going up against these Titans will be good. I think old and new, because I think the way this story might go is that, they defeat Dr. Light perhaps, however that happens, but then afterwards they realize that, there is no going back to their old lives or to their new lives, the ones they want, without getting rid of Deathstroke first. Deathstroke is back now. He knows they're all back. He knows who's in the team. He knows that the Titans are a thing. So he's gonna fight to get rid of them once and for all before he goes his own way. So yeah, I really want to see more of him. But he had his own history. They kind of explained what his history was. So he was in the army. We saw the picture of him in the army before he became Deathstroke, and he was the only survivor of some bio-enhancement experiment. So I remember a long while back. I actually remember watching the death battle video on YouTube of Deathstroke versus Deadpool, and they actually, you know, they went like into like a somewhat of like a deep dive on the comics and what his past was like in that. And in that one, he did go through multiple bioenhancement experiments and serums and stuff that made him able to heal and able to give him strength, and you know, just made him the ultimate actual fighter. So yeah, so I think it's safe to say even without the enhancements, he may well be, you know, the ultimate assassin, because he's still got just limitless combat training and endurance and stuff like that. So you know, he can and he has many times gone toe to toe with Batman. So seeing him going to toe to toe with Jason, or maybe even, you know, Dick. I think Jason, he might Jason clearly didn't last long in this ending. He saw Deathstroke walking up to him, and then he started screaming like seconds later, and then we saw Jason Garth following the trail of blood onwards. So yeah, yeah, so they've got their work cut out for them. But then, yeah, so I mean, it does. I mean, it's a story I know that's going to be explored later down the line, but it does kind of make you wonder what happened with the original Titans that forced them to shut the place. Like how bad did their fight against Deathstroke end? Like how badly did it end that they then couldn't even be the Titans anymore? I mean, like, I wonder if they if they lost somebody, or if, like, you know, if he beat them all that badly, like you know, I think it was Hank who mentioned it, like they were actually limping away, or I think it might have been Donna in that same scene that mentioned that they literally limped away. So I wonder if, like, he literally beat them all that badly. Because I mean, yeah, okay, so the original team, so it'd be Dick, Hank, and Dawn would be the normal humans with the kind of training and the strength training and everything, so they'd be normal humans without powers. But then Donna and Aqualad, if he was on the team too at the time, if he was a member of that, I mean, he was a member of the original team, but if he was also in the fight against Deathstroke, then, you know, they would have both had powers. But I mean, he can do stuff with water, so, you know, Deathstroke knowing that would just, you know, draw them into like the driest possible warehouse or something. And just, yeah, like, not like you can just be like, yeah, just give me 5 seconds, I've just summoned some piranhas, they're right on the way now. I don't mean to mock him, I do not mean to mock him, I'm sure he's cool, but Donna, she has the strength. We saw her running at, like, Amazon speed, like, not at the Flash's speed, but she had her own, like, Amazon speed, and she was running with that, and she had the lasso too, and she has her own suit, and presumably a sword, so... Yeah, there's a lot of little teasers and tidbits of, you know, what the original Titans were and what they were like and who they were and stuff. So I'm looking forward to seeing them all actually. I think, you know, I'm looking forward to them all coming to the realization that they will have to suit up again if they want to defeat Deathstroke and if they want to defeat Light. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that kind of battle and that kind of build up. So it's gonna come. So I look forward to it nonetheless. But that's that, and he also had a son. He had a son called Jericho, and he killed him. Slade actually killed Jericho after he fell in with the wrong crowd, which is kind of hypocritical, because Slade is a criminal on his own. He's a contract killer. I think he's had like a contract killer arc in his own stories and in Batman stories and stuff. So he's not exactly the purest of angels. So him killing Jericho because he fell in with the wrong crowd. I mean, unless to him wrong crowd means heroes, unless you know, unless Jericho actually tried to become good and tried to join like a hero group or something, and then he was like, nope, no son of mine is being a hero today, no siree. So then he killed him, and then that's why Rose went after him. Rose went after Slade once he resurfaced, trying to get revenge for Jericho. So yeah, and then that's when that's how she got the eye injury too. So I think the eye might be still in there. I was expecting it to be like an age-old injury with like just like a black hole there somewhere, but no, it's like there's still some like dried blood in there, and it's like still like, and then it seemed like there's still like a bulge in her socket. So I feel like, you know, he just like probably slashed it in half or something happened, but she still got it there, but it's clearly no longer functioning. So that was that. So yeah, so he wanted one child that was at least a bit more like him, even if, you know, even if they were good. So yeah, so he killed Jericho, and then Rose went after him, so that was that. And Rose as well. Rose and Rachel bonding over their kind of semi-similar daddy issues was cool to see. A cool scene to see. I think I thought Rose would be just like super antisocial, and she just wouldn't really talk to anyone, or even if she did, she'd just be really sarcastic and passive aggressive. But no, she actually did. She didn't fully open up, but she did make conversation though. She did make conversation even with Rachel, like putting like the little diamond on her forehead, and her dad being a demon that she banished to another dimension and stuff. Like them two having daddy issues and them two being the daughters that fought back as well is a really cool kind of even in the briefest of scenes, it's a really cool kind of friendship to see. So I look forward to how that's expanded. So seeing that scene was really cool. Seeing the old Titans reuniting was really cool. Seeing the old Titans reunite was cool. Just them going to the stadium, then like not even suiting up. I think I think they would have had a better chance if they suited up. I feel like they would have had a better chance. Like them just wearing regular clothes definitely opens them up to more injuries, especially if Dr. Light is really recharging in a stadium. You then know what he's gonna recharge, or what he's gonna do with all that fresh juice. You know what he's gonna do with that power. He's gonna start blasting and just doing all sorts of other stuff. So he probably even has like a uni beam from his chest and everything, like proper Iron Man style. But yeah, no. So I felt like they should have at least expected retaliation given it's Dr. Light, but also just actually considered suiting up and doing that thing. But then that's the issue with Hank. Hank can't put the suit on and be Hawk without using drugs apparently. So yeah, I think they mentioned that in the last one. They said that Dawn explained that they started being Hawk and Dove together to deal with their shared pain. But then after that, when that didn't work for what they wanted, Hank moved over to drugs. So yeah, and then even now she mentions that he can't put the suit on again and be Hawk without using. So putting on the suit gives him like a drug addiction of some kind of thing. I don't know if he uses if he used the same thing Ellis was using, like if it was like meth or coke or something, or if it was like maybe steroids or something. I don't know, but he can't use the suit without actually using stuff. So that's going to be an interesting thing to explore, seeing if they actually can bring the old Titans back together in some way, without maybe making them all suit up, or seeing how that stuff actually goes down. So yeah, it'll be interesting. It'll be super duper interesting to see. But I think it's like an interesting contrast between the old Titans and the new Titans. Like the old Titans know exactly what happened in that building itself and in that kind of line of work, being the Titans in that team. And Donna especially kind of just somewhat chastises Dick for having restarted Team Titans and having brought new members on and doing this whole thing again. And insists that Dick tells the kids what happened and what their sins were. Like, if he really wants to train them to be better than them, then, he has to tell them what they did wrong and how to learn better from it, like learning from mistakes. But I think that it must be like a pretty dark story to it. Like, like they must have lost somebody, or, he must have just beat them that badly that they actually just couldn't go for a round 2. And even Donna insisted, I'm not here for a round 2 of this. I'm just here to defeat Dr. Light, and then I'm heading back. So yeah, but I think now that they know Deathstroke is back in the picture, it makes that I think it might end up making it that much harder for them to actually go back, because I think as much as they don't want to have to fight him again, they know that he's not going to stop. Slade Wilson is back, Deathstroke is back. He's not going to stop until he gets what he wants, and I think as time goes on, bigger parts of them will realize that he wants the same thing. He wants to take the Titans out for good. Because I think with Deathstroke, he doesn't want that kind of reputation. He doesn't want he doesn't want word getting out that his age-old enemies were beaten by him, but then they actually learned to walk again. So he's gonna permanently put them down, and probably starting with Jason. But yeah, no, he's gonna have just as much determination with stopping them as they are with soon stopping him. So it's gonna be interesting to see. And then the new kids, Jason just has an attitude problem. Jason has a huge attitude issue, thinking he's like a professional Titan now, or at least wanting to prove he's a professional Titan, and thinking he's a part of the old team just as much, and even trying to stand up to Dick, knowing Dick is the age-old Robin, he's the original Robin, and he's the one with the most training, but he's also the one with more darkness than Jason. Jason is just impulsive. Jason is impulsive and stubborn and at times arrogant. Dick actually has like anger issues with this. He has violence issues that stem from Bruce's training, but also the vengeance he had in his heart as a kid watching his parents die and not being able to do anything about the guy that killed them until he was older. So yeah, so seeing that clash is interesting. Like that like the tension in the scene. Like he took him down so quick. Like you could see and hear Jason's knuckles cracking. And then as soon as he takes a swing, like in like 2 seconds flat, just one hand on the arm, one hand on the head, and then bang, just slamming him to the ground. He's that quick. He's that strong. But yeah, and we've seen him topless. He has got muscles for days. So yeah. But yeah, I wonder how strong Donna is. If she's as strong as Diana, if she can really lift like a car or something. I mean, she swung the bike. That alone took strength, and I think the lasso itself has like good grip strength and good tensile strength too. So yeah, I would love to see her picking up a car and just throwing it at Deathstroke. I would love to see that. But yeah, Rachel, her powers are going a little haywire. They're going a little haywire. Jason knocked her on the head, and then she just ripped off her blindfold and just went crazy Raven mode on him. Just like the darkness came out of her, and then the red eyes shone bright too, and she just carried him into the air, getting ready to just lob all of the katanas and the swords at him and stuff. So. Yeah, I mean, again, the attitude there he had towards Rachel was just completely uncalled for. He knows she has powers. He is fully aware of the fact that she has powers. So I get him being worried that she actually could do something to him, but then again, at the same time, he should not be so surprised that she can do that to him. He's seen her father. He's seen her taking down her father. So that kind of stuff should not be as much of a surprise to him as it is, and then his line being like, oh, you need to get that looked at by a fucking priest or some shit. Like, oh yeah, sure. I think the darkness is still part of her. But now it's a different darkness. Now that Trigon is gone, it's a much, much different darkness now. It's the darkness that kind of, she unleashed in order to. She unleashed it the first time in order to get rid of Trigon. But now now that darkness has had a taste of the real world. It wants more control. So I wonder if this is going to be like a darker version of Raven than we've seen in the past, and presumably something also out of the comics. So it'll be interesting to see how it all gets unleashed and how it all gets explored. But yeah, and she even called Corey. She couldn't really tell Dick. She could only confide in Corey and tell her that stuff. And Corey, speaking of Corey, she has a sister. Not speaking of Corey, she has a sister. That sounds wrong, obviously. But speaking of Corey, she has a sister called Blackfire who sent one of her old hookups to come in the character. So Corey is the queen now. Yeah, so Corey is the queen now. Yeah. I mean, it makes sense. On a joke, queen. But yeah, she's the queen now. She's the queen of Tamaran. But then I wonder if Blackfire is not the queen, or if maybe she's the younger one. Maybe she's the younger one. Because yeah, I mean, the way hierarchies like that usually work is like the oldest in line is usually the heir to the throne. So then what makes her the queen? Well, what makes Corey the queen? Because if she still has parents, then yeah. Because I mean, she asked if her parents sent her, and then the guy denied it. Fadai, he denied it and said that it was actually her sister Blackfire who sent her. But then he didn't say the parents were dead, so there's no confirmation that the parents are dead. No news like that. So then surely the mother, surely her mum is still queen, right? Or maybe her mother's passed down the title and she feels that Corey's strong enough for him. Corey presumably being the older one, or me. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, they even explained that. They even explained how the rules of class and royalty work differently on Earth than to Tamaran. Like, on Tamaran, he's even said, that these people are walking among royalty. They should be on the other side of the road and stuff like that, and things like that. And Corey explained that, on Earth, people marry, who they love, regardless of what their class is, their social status. Like, none of that matters. So, yeah. So that was mentioned. Which I think is I mean, yeah, like, different social classes marrying can happen. Sometimes there might be backlash from people who are closed-minded or narrow-minded. Like I think it can still happen, but I think what she was trying to promote was that it shouldn't be an issue and stuff like that. So yeah, but then on Tamaran, I was wondering, like, the way he talked about them. He said, like, it's the way this family works and it's our family and stuff. So I think he meant that perhaps metaphorically, because I was wondering after he said that, I was like, wait, you guys hooked up, right? Does this mean you guys are brother and sister? Is that how that works on Tamaran? It's just like a whole planet full of Lannisters or something? But I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think so. I think he might have meant family, as in it's their people and their kind of heritage and culture and whatnot. So yeah, because again, the social class on Tamaran might work very differently. Like it might just be one planet of all the same people, of all the same Tamaranians and stuff. Like, on Earth we have different countries and continents and all that kind of shit. So Tamaran may well work in completely differently. So yeah, but Fadai was an old hookup of hers. The one night, that he thought mattered. So he volunteered to he actually volunteered to actually come and collect her, to collect his queen and stuff. And if he was sent back without her, then that would be a death penalty. So she's still away. Even post amnesia, I think she's got most of her memories back now. So she's still aware of how stuff works on their world or on Tamaran. So she knows what the rules are. But yeah, Blackfire. So she's Starfire, Corey's Starfire, and then her sister is Blackfire. So I wonder if she has a name too. Like, Corey is coriander, not the cooking ingredient, coriander. I think that's the accent. She mentioned it with the last season. But she has a sister called Blackfire. So yeah, I wonder if we'll meet her. I mean, yeah, I figure. I mean, he did mention that he wouldn't be the only one. If more people had to come, then it would be legions. It would be legions of Tamaranians coming back to actually collect their queen. And I think something tells me Blackfire herself might be coming back, because I think the way this season's going so far, it's clear that there's like two different plot lines running at the same time. It's going to be the Deathstroke thing and like the Deathstroke / Dr. Light thing running alongside the Corey and like Tamaran thing, like Corey having to return to her home, and then Blackfire sending more and more men until she herself has to come. So I feel like in like the next coming legions of men from her, people from her planet may well be led by Blackfire herself and stuff like that. So yeah, I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, a bit more interest, a bit more history on Corey's people and her planet and what that kind of background is like. So that was super cool. But yeah, I do like that she didn't actually leave. I thought she was leaving. Which made me feel terrible. But no, she cares more about Rachel than that. She cares too much about Rachel to actually lie to her and give her any kind of false hope. So she was just leading. As soon as she said after you, I figured it's probably going to be that kind of thing. It's probably going to be that kind of thing. So she just trapped him on the plane with 10 years worth of food. There's 10 years worth of food. So that is clearly a survival ship, not just a travel ship. It's clearly a survival ship. So if they get stranded anywhere, they have reasonable defenses, they have reasonable power, and they have lots and lots of food. So yeah, so she'll be back straight after she helps deal with Rachel's thing, and then she's going to be dragged into the Dr. Light thing too. So like her fire versus Dr. Light will be very, very cool to see if she actually goes up against him. Fire versus light. So that'll be cool, and then maybe her getting involved with the Deathstroke. I mean, I don't think she'll get involved with the Deathstroke thing, but the Dr. Light thing maybe. But the longer she stays on Earth, the sooner and the more likely Blackfire will send more and more Tamaranians after her. So then she'll have to deal with them coming to Titan's Tower and causing havoc there. So yeah, it's gonna be a whole thing. So yeah, we'll see how it all goes down. But that is it. That is pretty much all I've got from this episode. It was fun. It was fun coming back to this, and I'm looking forward to seeing how the story continues to evolve into this season. And I've been thinking a lot about Titans, like when season 3 might be coming out. I've been hoping I can actually get through this by the time it does come out, because I believe it's been filmed. Maybe I think I do remember hearing something about filming in the past at some point. But then season 3 was kind of rumored and ever so slightly confirmed as contradictory as that sounds. It was ever so slightly confirmed to be coming out this year. So if it's like a fall this year type thing, then I'm hoping I can finish season 2 in time to start that. But yeah, we'll see. We will see exactly where things go. But yeah, season 2, I'm into it. I'm into it so far. Definitely into it. So I look forward to seeing how the story progresses and what becomes of all of our characters, old and new. But yeah, that was Titan Season 2, Episode 3, titled Ghosts. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you guys enjoyed it, then salt and burn that like button. Comment on what you thought of the episode and what you think come up next time on Titans. Once again, the full-length reaction to this episode will be over on Patreon, so you guys can go check that out over there. And yeah, that is it. So, I will see you guys next time.